I'm here with voice actor legend, Rob Paulsen. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm breathing and I'm not in jail, but the day's not over yet, Rob. Thank you very much. And legend, you're very kind. I'm old enough to be one, but that's a strong word, but that's very kind of you to say.
I feel like I should bow. Should I bow?
No. No bowing, no genuflecting. I'm very grateful that you're asking me and talking, asking me questions and talking to me, so that's thanks enough.
If I stood here listing all of your acting roles, I would be here all day, obviously. What would you say is the secret of your success?
Well, that's a great question. I don't think it's really a secret. I think those of us who are fortunate enough to work regularly in this business, it's like the old adage says, it's 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. We all work very hard to get the work, and then when we're lucky enough to get some work, we understand that there's a big responsibility to do well because the competition's pretty intense. So I think my success is as a result of being passionate about my work, being grateful, not being afraid to take chances, not taking it for granted, and when I did get a break, I was ready. Luck really is when preparation meets opportunity. And if you don't have your chops ready when you get a break, then you may get one or two shots. And fortunately, I was ready when I got a couple of breaks.
That's fantastic. I don't want to make you feel old, but
okay, I'm old. People don't know this, but I hold the patent for fire. So you're welcome.
But you've been the inspiration for many people's childhoods, including my own. You brought a lot of joy. What does that mean that you brought so much joy to many children, even who are now adults?
Honestly, Rob, and this is not trying to be just coy. There really isn't any way to sort of quantify or adequately express how much that means to me. I'm old enough now, and my work has been around long enough that when I come to do things like this, talk to nice people like you and your beautiful producer, God, she is hot.
She has a boyfriend.
A little bit. Listen, I'm sure her boyfriend beat the hell out of me, but she's hot. I mean, it's just an observation, right? No, to know now that when I can come to things like this and do personal appearances and work that I've done over the last 25 or so years, I get to meet people like you who say, you are my childhood, and you think, who knew your childhood was a middle-aged white guy about 5'10" with gray hair? But it really is impossible for me to tell you how much that means to me. It's so overwhelmingly flattering, and I'm just grateful, and I feel just enormous gratification to know that my goofy voices have had a positive effect on people. So thank you.
That's really touching. Coming from a lifelong fan, you really are a down-to-earth type of person.
Well, I'm just Bob and Lee Paulsen's oldest son from, Grand Blanc, Michigan, and it's not false modesty. I'm good at my work. I know I'm good at my work. I have to be because I have to make a living. But so is Billy West. He's good at his work. Tress MacNeille. John DiMaggio, Hank Azaria, Nancy Cartwright, Danny Castellaneta, Bill Lamar, these guys, Maurice LaMarche, they're all great at their work, and they're all nice guys, all completely unpretentious. We really do understand that you guys are the reason that we have a job. It's not a surprise. We get it. So it's not hyperbole to suggest that you pay our mortgages, and we get that. So I'm an incredibly fortunate guy.
It is still very touching, with just those kind words, really.
Thank you, man. It's my pleasure. I don't know how to be any other way. It's hard for me to be an asshole. I really have to work at it. I'm just a happy guy, and I mean, how can you not be happy when you go to work doing essentially what got you in trouble in 7th grade, and nice young people like you come up and tell me I'm a rock star? I mean, come on, it's the greatest thing in the world,
Definitely is, and I always wondered, with all the times that you've sung Yakko's World, especially at cons, and even here today, are the lyrics burned into your brain?
Exactly. And they're burned into my pinky! You set me up there! No. Yes, they are.
You also have now your own weekly podcast, Talkin' Tunes. How did that come about for you to come into our portion of the internet?
Well, thank you for asking. It really was a labor of love as a result of a couple of slow weeks, and work was kind of slow, and I actively started finding new ways to kind of get my stuff out there and do more live things. And I'm not a big techno-phobe, or techno-geek rather. I just figured, well, you don't have to be an MIT grad to do this. And my son, who is 28, helped me a little bit and figured it out. And I thought, well, on my little cell phone, I've got everybody's phone number that anybody would want to hear from. So I'd call up Phil Lamar, or Mark Hamill, or Nancy Cartwright, D. Bradley Baker, Jeff Bennett. And these guys are all my personal friends, and they say, sure, come on over. And now it's always in the top 20 or 30 on iTunes. It was #1 for 3 weeks. It has no PR department behind it. It's just me and my friends. And I get about 70,000, 80,000 listeners a month. So it's great fun, and folks like you help me promote it. It's great because it gives young actors a lot of information, and it gives fans an insight into their favorite actors. Yeah, so it's great fun.
It's a bit of pleasure to listen to.
Thank you. I always am concerned that I might get boring because I really don't edit it. We just start talking. Like Mark Hamill, we talked for 2 hours and 20 minutes in his living room, and I've known Mark for 20 years. And before I knew it, he had talked forever. And it's not every day you get to hang with Luke Skywalker and the Joker for a couple hours, right? Yeah.
As in your long career as a voice actor, what was the weirdest thing you've ever had to say?
Oh, the weirdest thing I've ever had to say. Probably fingerprints on Animaniacs. It depends on how you emphasize that. Fingerprints or fingerprints, completely different. That was part of that was a little odd. I'm still surprised that guy by the censors. Aren't you too, right? Right, Cheryl? Yeah. Crazy. Fingerprints? Not particularly, thank you. I just assume take a Pasadena. I like his work. I don't particularly want the fingerprints.
Everybody's been wondering about how it got past the censors.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I always wondered, have you ever used your voice acting powers for evil, as in doing tricks on people?
Well, I wouldn't say evil. Evil is a pretty strong word, Rob. I did actually, I do a lot of, over the years I've done a lot of drive-through windows at, burger joints. And when Animaniacs was really huge and there were Happy Meal toys, it was a lot of, I'd pull in with my kid, and say, may I take your order?
Yeah, hi, this is Yakko. I would like 16 Big Macs, 2 with no meat. 25 fillet of fishes, 24 with no fish, but just a fillet, and 16 chocolate shakes with not so much shake and a little bit of chocolate.
And then you hear people go, who is this?
It's Yakko, asshole. Who do you think it is? Come on, what the hell's the matter with you?
So we did that a lot with Animaniacs, and yeah, I would do, and lots of phone calls, and yeah.
That's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's just Yakko, for Christ's sake, and not that big a deal.
Voice Actor Challenge! Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to improv a conversation with 3 of your characters.
Will you accept our challenge?
Yes, I will accept your challenge.
Your challenge is...
Have you got a script there?
Yeah. Yakko annoying Danny Phantom's Jack Fenton when he's trying to capture Spooky from Casper.
Oh, okay, great. So, all right, here we go. Hey, Jack.
What is it, Yakko?
Jack, what the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to catch a ghost. What does it look like, you idiot?
Well, it looks to me like you're trying to shove some weird thing into a thermos.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Hey, wait a minute, man. What's the matter with you? For years, it's taken me to be my own ghost, and now you're going to shove me in that frickin' can? Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm Jack Fenton, ghost hunter.
Yeah, and I'm Yakko Warner, the Easter Bunny. Hey, Spooky, get in the can, will ya? I mean, not the can, the can that Jack's got. Because I got to go to the real can. Good night, everybody!
That was fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, guys.